Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and Borsog trading. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 3.62% to 21,092. Ethereum is down 6.19% to 1405. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Please consider sharing and liking this video, and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you for tuning in. I love sharing this time together. What we've just done together is a quick run through of the crypto market. You can see that although the markets may seem red, there's always pockets of green. And when we do Borsog trading, we're seeking to align with the market's direction. Borsog is all about going long, not using leverage and just using only coffee money. And it's about opportunities resetting daily and finding opportunities inside the market to long. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the link to the CTKS Masterclass, the tax software I use, and you can always directly message me on Twitter at any time. Each and every day, we prime our profitability in the crypto market through the CTKS creed. This is something that you would say to yourself. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with Borsog. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. As crypto technical analysts, we scientifically track investor attention, which is measured through price, which is reality, not future promises. Many times people listen to the news and they totally get faded away from the market. Please don't listen to the news, just listen to the charts. And what are the charts telling us? We had a spike in fear. What happened there? Prices were driven down in the Nasdaq 100 and of course across the board. And then what happened? We had a spike down in fear. And what do we see here? Look at that incredible bounce from this around 12,053 up to nearly 12,333. This is the market. You've got to be really careful. If you put all your faith in a newspaper article or a digital news article, you're actually going in the wrong direction. And I can say that because I've been in financial markets for more than 3 decades. People long-termers like myself, we look at the news and just say, oh, the big boys are at it again. Yesterday, I asked the question for active learning, and I'm a big believer in active learning. Coming from a lecturing position in first and second year statistics, it's really important that you learn actively, not passively. If you're an active learner, you're going to do really well. I was saying, what is the relationship between bond prices, bond yields, and Bitcoin? What is going on here? And what we actually see, have a look at bond yields. When bond yields come up, what does Bitcoin do? It comes up. When bond prices come up, what does Bitcoin do? It goes down. Notice this resistance level here. Notice this support level here. We had a congealing probability that potentially price would come up. Price would find some kind of local bottom and then put it in a upward price momentum. Now, what are we seeing here? Bond prices are absolutely having problems getting above this particular resistance line, and we can see bond yields are starting to actually get over this support line. It's early days yet, but we look very closely. We want to be absolutely in front of the market. Inside the masterclass, I teach you how to do it yourself because you must be able to do it yourself. The markets are far, far too complex to rely on anyone but you. And when you have the knowledge, you can actually look at charts like this and know what it all means. Masterclass students, you'll get this live chart in TM6. There were so many great comments in yesterday's video. I just want to reach out and say thank you to J-Link, John, Crypto Turtle, so many others, Brett. Wonderful, wonderful comments. Well done, my friends. Austin and many others commented on the relationship between bond prices and bond yields. Just summarizing what I just said, it's very, very good. I'm so proud of everybody in our global family. I would urge you to have a look at yesterday's comments. They're just superb. When looking at the main markets, we can also see the gold has leveled off at a level of support coming through here. The dollar has rallied, that's quite funny, up to a level of resistance. This is quite powerful. We could expect either a sharp angle reversing or a breakout. And it really depends on how much risk-on behavior the markets are projecting. But as the futures actually come up in the NASDAQ, we could expect the dollar to fall. When the dollar rises, it's not that great for markets. We can also see that oil is slowly on its way up. It's forming higher lows here. This is a low, but this low is higher than that low, and this low is higher than that low as well. I've been pointing to the fact that I believe oil is going to turn around. It's not necessarily guaranteed. And what you'll find in the stock markets, it takes a long time for things to play out, but it's looking a little bit that way. And what do we see with junk bonds? Junk bonds is still considerably above this support level. And what do we see here? It's just marginally broken through one support level, but it's minor at the moment. There's still a lot of risk-on behavior in the markets. But if you listen to the news, you'd just be running and hiding underneath your bed. Exactly where smart money wants you to be. The next FOMC meeting is in 18 hours, and the probabilities still are pointing towards that we'll get a 75 basis point increase. It's also interesting that we got new data on M1 and M2, but these numbers are actually lower than what was reported previously down here. I think the government has actually adjusted their figures. I just wanted to let you know that. It's really quite weird. You see this all the time in corporate reporting. For example, a particular company will report its earnings, and then next year it will revise down or up last year's earnings. They're pretty clever. And when we look at the 5-year and 10-year break-even inflation rates, you can see those inflation rates are coming down and down. This takes the pressure off the economy, but we can also see that M1 and M2 increased, although the figures there are very dodgy. And we can also see that the Fed balance sheet recently increased. The Fed's been talking about taking stimulus off the table, but that's not reflected in the statistics. And if you read the front page of the news, you'd just look at it and say, negative news, negative news, negative news, negative news, negative news. I'm running, I'm hiding. Recession, depression is everywhere. That's why the best thing to do in this market is Borsog at the moment. Borsog is simply getting on the right side of the percentage. You can be on the wrong side of the trade, but on the right side of the percentage and do really well. And we can see the S&P 500, the Dow, have broken out of their resistance. This is actually incredibly positive. So much negative news on the plate at the moment, you would anticipate that the markets were falling like this or would soon be falling like this. We always have to be aware that markets actually move quite slowly and they throw out a lot of signals as well. But of course, if you're a long-term investor and you're doing accumulation trading, you can just keep on doing that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but seek to take advantage of the volatility inherent in the market as you do so. And I would suggest taking a small percentage of your investing portfolio and just have it for Borsog trading. Borsog trading is in and out trading. It's not hodling. It's not dollar cost averaging. It's in and out, getting on the right side of the percentage. And just doing that with coffee money because you're teaching yourself the natural movements of the market so you can align with it. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. And we look at Bitcoin because of Rule 45. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Looking at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, yesterday it was 30. Today it's 26. That means more fear is entering the market. Let's have a look at what Bitcoin is up to. And when we look at this actual chart, we've been tracking this for a number of days. I wanted to just draw your attention to this red area. Also, the Masterclass students would know that there's a lot of support around the 24 level. That's a bit of a silent hint that I actually let people know. It's in the LV videos. This is why, at the current time, I have not extended these price lines down further, because there's a lot of support down here. If we actually fall through that support, we're going to have to rethink a lot of things. With Bitcoin's price, the next target that we need to get through is this 21,504 level. We want Bitcoin to get up and over that level and then start to challenge the 22,013 mark. If it gets above and starts trading at 22,810, wow, that's fantastic. It's actually going to show that we've got a potential trend change. We do have a degree of resistance around the 23,500 mark, and CTKS members will actually know that exists. It's so important to have your plan and strategy. For example, around this particular point, I drew in this red box and said, what is your plan or strategy if price comes down? What are you going to do if price goes against you, for example? What are you going to do if price goes flat, horizontal, or goes for you? We always need that three-dimensional decision making in play at all times, every single day. Going the other way, we can see that we've got reasonable support at that 2796 mark, even stronger at 2352, and even stronger at 19857. Our hope is that Bitcoin will get over this resistance line and start to make its way forward. And why is that? How could this be possible? Everybody's talking about 2 quarters of negative growth, which means a recession. All the papers are saying companies are not hitting their targeted earnings. The market is unlike anything. It defies description. It defies logic. I would urge you, as a pro tip, don't listen to news stories. Watch the charts. The charts will tell you exactly what is happening in reality. Let's have a look at the options market and Max Payne. Good old Max. What are you up to today, Max? Alright, we can see that for tomorrow, the Max Payne level dropped from 22,000 down to 21,000. Why is that? Because price is coming down. Max Payne comes to meet price. Very interesting. Thank you, Max. And what about the next day? We're expecting 21,000. But what about the end of month? We're expecting 23,000. Thanks, Max. That's what we need. And of course, I'm talking about Maxwell Smart. Missed it by that much. That's probably a really dated reference for many people. So what is this actually telling us? It's telling us the price has the potential to actually rally, to close pretty much flat and then go up. Well, if that's the case, Max, go for it. We love it already. Let's see if Max is correct. What do we see with the longs? The longs are starting to equalize out and starting to resist the sellers. Well, that's pretty interesting. And the sellers are going, hang on a second. We're starting to be slapped around by the longs. This is not good. Maybe what we could see is an incoming short squeeze. Maybe it's not going to go flat tomorrow. But of course, we don't think about things going for us. We always think about things going against us first, and we make our decision making from that perspective. And then we think, okay, what if it goes nowhere? And what if it goes for us last, not first? Turning to liquidations, we've seen 180.71 million in liquidations across 62,005 positions over the past 24 hours. And for the past 24 hours of total liquidations, 71% were long liquidations. What about the past 12 hours? Ooh, it's coming down, 58% long. What about the past 4 hours? Ooh, ay caramba, it's going short, 82% short. What will the last hour be? Can you guess? Let's see. Ooh, 89% short. That dreaded short squeeze is coming. And this is at a time when a lot of people are expecting doom and gloom all over the place. That's what actually pulled the shorts in the first place. And we've seen on the majority of liquidations, the majority of liquidations have been long for the past couple of days. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think will happen? Will the shorts regain triumphancy and whack the longs around, or will the longs come in and chill the shorts out? Looking across the crypto market, we can see that the crypto market came down 1.77% in the last 24 hours. And the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours in the top 100 have been Qtum. Oh, Qtum is so cute. Followed by OKB, XMR, Monero, ICP, Ethereum Classic, and TWT. Leading up the back of the pack with the greatest losses over the past 24 hours, CVX out at the back in front at 8.53% down, Uni down about 8%, Nexo down about 5.3%, Ape down around 5%, Stepan GMT 4.8% down, and Arweave around 4% down. And of course, just going back, the greatest gainers over the past 24 hours, Qtum up nearly 9.5%, OKB 5.8% up, Monero XMR up a little over 5%, ICP just a little under 5%, Ethereum Classic a little over 4.5%, and TWT Trust Wallet, oh, very trustworthy wallet, up a little over 4%. Turning to DeFi, we can see total value locked, or TVL, down 3.6% to 82.8 billion. Let's have a look at how Bitcoin's gravity is actually playing out on all the alts. What we see, Bitcoin's gravity moving. Bitcoin is coming into a level of support. And what about Ethereum? Look at Ethereum. It's so much higher. And when Bitcoin goes up, what do the alts do? Please let me know in the comments. Active learning is your key. Binance Coin coming up with Bitcoin's gravity. What about XRP? Whoa, look at XRP just going for it. ADA, Cardano, moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. Solana, Sol, moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity as well. What about Doge? Moving in alignment but stronger. What about DOT? Also moving in alignment but currently weaker than Bitcoin's gravity. We've seen ADA and DOT be actually a lot weaker. Solana and XRP have been a lot stronger recently. For some active learning, which of these 8 do you think, which of these 7 alts do you think has been the strongest against Bitcoin? Please let me know in the comments. As a global family, we subscribe to Positive Excellence. Positive excellence is all about putting money in its place. Money is an infinite commodity. You can never have all of it. You can only have some of it. And therefore, when people focus on money, they actually go after a target that's continually moving in front of them. No wonder they're never happy. In our community, we focus on being happy a long life's marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. How do we be happy? We need inner and outer peace. Why is that important, you ask Ken? I don't care about inner peace and outer peace. I want to go into conflict with everybody. I want to give them a piece of my mind. No, take your mind back. You need that peace. It's quite an interesting thing. But when you give people a piece of your mind, when you tell them off, you put them in their place, you're actually losing a piece of your calm. You want that calm back if you can get it, because it makes you happy. Having integrity and decency, gratitude, kindness, these are not optional things in this world. The economic system and our complete communities are built on these concepts. That's why we have civilization, because we all need each other. In trading and investing, holding on to your peace of mind is absolutely critical for your profitability. I have a little thing here that I would like to share with you. Everyone experiences suffering, loss, heartache, and pain. The choice to accept, to learn and grow, and then to progress, or to blame and get stuck, is a choice we make. I win or learn. Just think about this for a second. Every single person on the planet experiences suffering. They experience loss. They experience heartache. They experience pain. Actually, Buddha said, life is suffering. But it's also the absence of suffering, which is also inner peace. If you think about it, so many people progress past suffering, past loss, past heartache, and past pain. And those are the people that are successful and happy in life. And think about it this is an easy illustration to think of. You're in a relationship, you break up, you're heartbroken. Whatever happened, you're really, really unhappy. You can have two things, and the choice is always yours. You can accept the choice to accept, learn, and grow, and then progress, or the choice to blame and get stuck. So what I've done here is just to do a positive excellence, little mini class, real progress. You have a true story. You look back on that relationship and you say, first of all, you accept it. It's no longer a relationship. It's died, unfortunately. You accept responsibility. You say, okay, I was 50% of that relationship. There was two people. Okay, so what can you learn? You forgive. And it's not about forgiving the other person. Some people do outrageous bad things in relationships. You don't have to forgive them. You have to forgive yourself. If you knew better, if you knew the lessons that would be taught to you in that bad relationship, you wouldn't have gone through the bad relationship in the first place. But we all need to go through suffering of certain types to grow us. It's like fire that burns all the bad stuff out and allows us to connect with others. More realistically, having empathy will give you inner peace and then outer peace. You won't be going and telling all your friends what a scumbag the other partner was. You're just basically saying, oh, what happened, happened. Of course, I'm not happy about it, but I make a choice to progress. Because what's your other choice? When you get independent, for example, real progress is independence. You just look at the truth, like we as crypto technical analysts look at price and make our decision from that. We progress every day. But you can also have false progress. You can create a fake story based around blame. Blame is an avoidance of any responsibility for our own actions. And we all do blame from time to time. And blame can be very addictive. It's like a get out of jail card free in Monopoly. Unfortunately, in life, blame is the most destructive human emotion. It will keep you stuck. For example, if you look at that relationship, same person, just a different perspective, came out of the relationship and said, that person cost me so much emotional time. I'm suffering so much. And no responsibility means that that person has all the control over you. No forgiveness means that you don't forgive yourself. How could you be so silly to get with a person like that? Didn't you know that they were bad? Of course you didn't know that they were bad. Of course you didn't know it wouldn't work out. You had high hopes. Non-acceptance creates bitterness. It creates conflict. It creates complaining. It creates passive-aggressive behavior. That is what it's like to be stuck. And what is being stuck? It's a wastage of your time and your life. Now you say, Ken, this is not a relationship channel. This is a crypto channel. What the heck are you talking about this stuff for? Because it applies to losses, financial losses. Sometimes, in zone 1 and zone 2, people just do false progress. They get stuck. In zone 3 and zone 4, they grow. What do you think is the difference between profitability in zone 1 and zone 2 and zone 3 and zone 4? Please let me know in the comments. I just use a simple example to help you to connect with it. And you might be saying, Ken, what is all that baggage there? That's literally emotional baggage. We all create emotional baggage in this world. But if you have real progress, you decide to throw that emotional baggage where it belongs, in the bin, and shred it. It's common to hear of people that have held on to grudges for decades and decades. Every time you hold a grudge, every time you blame, you're drinking poison, hoping the other person will die. It doesn't work that way. You can see that positive excellence is all about moving forward. It's all about progressing, all about taking the stress off yourself. So many people focus on money. You should be focusing on happiness. Being happy on the way through this world is really, really important. And to be happy in life requires learning and humility and forgiveness. These things are so very, very important. If something happens, you get a lesson, a loss that becomes a lesson, a lesson. And a beloved community member coined that phrase. I can't remember who it was, but they're just brilliant. I think it was Oscar, but it's just brilliant. If it's not Oscar and it's someone else, please let me know in the comments. The concept is, it's a brilliant thing to learn a lesson. It's a lesson about loss. We all experience loss. We're here for a good time, not a long time, and we'll lose literally everyone and everything around us at some stage, if we're lucky enough. As we grow older, we realize these things, but it's very, very important if you're young to know this. If you can deal constructively with loss, you're already ahead of 99% of people. I was saying that blame is the most destructive force on the planet, and it is. It's like a thermonuclear atomic bomb to the power of 50. It's a big problem. And there's another problem. Blame prevents progress. If you blame, you will not progress. You've just become stuck. And you can always tell when people blame. They're acidic by nature. In yesterday's video, we talked about what part of the CTKS creed spoke the most to you, and many people had different things, and that's just beautiful. That's what the creed is for. Buildy said something really great. It's hard to go past. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. And a lot of people had that one as well. And I would just like to say thank you to our beloved global family for reaching out and sharing such insightful comments. It's just a wonder to read it. It's beautiful. Buildy says, remembering every single day is so helpful. Life doesn't go on forever. You have limited time to make the most of what you have, and make the most of the time you have with those around you. Buildy says, if this was the last day you had, would you act differently in this day knowing that? Buildy goes on to say, I suspect it's easy to think that kindness, integrity, and gratitude are simple, obvious things you'll just do automatically because you're a good person. Of course I do those things. They're so obvious. But maybe it helps to ask honestly, how often do I let things like cruelty, hostility, deceit, dishonesty, blame, and jealousy sneak into my behavior, even a little bit? Once we realize how easily these negative principles can weasel their way into our behavior when we aren't paying attention, it shows just how important it is to actively, consciously, and deliberately practice kindness, integrity, and gratitude every single day. It takes some effort, sometimes a lot of effort, but I think the rewards are well worth it. Well done, Buildy, just beautiful. John had a slightly different angle. Showing kindness and acting with integrity and being grateful for what life has given me brings me happiness every day. That's beautiful, John. There were so many fantastic comments. I wish I could read them all out, but I'm trying to keep these videos a little shorter. Brett said, how we treat people is often a reflection on how we treat ourselves. Treating others with kindness is akin to a safety net or a window peering into our internal dialogue. When we see that deteriorate, then we know we have deterioration inside as well. So make every effort to treat others with kindness, and you will have control of your inner self. Really wise words, Brett. There were so many brilliant comments, I wish I could just read them all out. It's well worth going back to the previous episode and having a look at the comments there. They're just magnificent. And someone you know, our thoughts and prayers are with you, my friend, and your family as well. And for anyone who is going through a life pullback, please know that our beloved global family's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. The sun will come out again, and there's always hope. Let's have a look at some community tokens. We can see BAT spiking up. Go BAT! And what about TRB? I always call it trouble. I'd like to get in trouble with trouble. I think trouble is a fantastic project. It frequently goes the other way when Bitcoin goes polar opposite, but it also tends to move with Bitcoin. It's quite a nice project to trade. We can see trouble, TRB or Teller, I'm going to get in trouble with Teller, is actually going up. I hope you took advantage of that spike. I got a nice little spike trade on that one. Prom is just evening out, but going the other way. Look at Bitcoin's gravity. And what about YFI? It's looking good as well. Unfi, Unified, is looking quite nice also, and we can see when we get a spike up in Bitcoin's gravity, generally it's a pretty good thing just right across the board. IOTA moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. We can see Steam just consolidating bit, just going down a little, but hey, it's a community favorite. I don't endorse any specific crypto. Always do your own research, and you must know when to enter and when to exit. That's often the tricky thing. That's why with Borsog trading, just start small and scale. Just use coffee money. It's the best way to go about it. Today in the comments, I thought we could talk about real progress versus false progress, and how would somebody move from false progress into real progress. Real progress means that you're progressing. False progress means you're blaming and staying stuck and wasting your life and wasting your time. And time is limited, so we don't want to be in false progress. But what have people found that helps them out of false progress? Throughout our lives, we do and all get stuck in false progress at some stage. I have definitely, and everybody else does as well. Because it really comes down to the amount of loss that you go through, the amount of heartache, the amount of pain, the amount of suffering. Sometimes it's just really, really difficult to cope with. But what have our beloved global family members found as a way to get out of false progress into real progress? I would love to hear your examples, your illustrations, or just your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments. And also, where do you think point number 25 is going to be? We've got 22, 23, 24. Where do you think we'll hammer in the 25 tomorrow? Do you think 22, 21 and a half, 20 and a half, say 20,000, or something higher or something lower? Please let me know. It's all part of active learning. The more actively you learn, the more money you're going to make, full stop. That's how it works. We can see just how much the crypto market changed as we've been going through our little journey together. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. For those interested in a partial scholarship to the CTKS Masterclass, I'm still accepting applications. Please reach out to me via Twitter, direct message. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.